Answer me this. What is it about phase sixers, Why this tedious tendency to rebel? Take Black Shadow. He was an extraordinary Decepticon. He was! Handpicked by Megatron to sterilize planets ahead of the cyberforming process. He was all but guaranteed a seat at the Conclave. Until, that is, he accepted 500 million Shenix from the Autobots in exchange for blowing up a fleet of Decepticon war worlds. At least now he's, Tarn. I think he's still alive. You know what, Helix? I do believe you're right. When he stopped sobbing and begging for his life, I assumed... Well, I assumed that was that. Kaon, give him one last jolt and release him.
Kispadkeli shor macharakahai.
That, Voss, is the saddest sound of all. The sound of a transformation cog grinding to a halt. But don't worry, I'll play him some music to take his mind off the paralysis. Voss is something of a linguistic purist. He only speaks the primal vernacular, what you Philistines call Old Cybertronian. I've been trying to teach him a few phrases in Neo-Cybex, but he's only managed a few words so far.
Just get it over with.
I don't think you quite appreciate how this works. Our job is to hunt down any Decepticons who, by their actions or inactions, have frustrated the realization of Megatron's goals, and introduce them to a world of unremitting pain. Now, given that you were only partially melted by Helix, and only partially crushed by Thesaurus, I'd have thought that was obvious. But take heart. If word of your preposterously gruesome demise reaches just one hesitant Decepticon and terrifies him into staying the course, then all the pain you've suffered would have been worth it.
But the war's over.
But the war's what? The war's over? Oh, Black Shadow. That's sweet, but the war won't be over until Megatron says so. And he'll say nothing until he presides over a society so peaceful that the very notion of conflict is literally inconceivable. As he writes in Towards Peace, my weapon is my burden, a reminder of the path I was forced to take. When the word weapon is emptied of meaning, when the purpose of a weapon is impossible to grasp, when the rejection of my weapon is of significance to no one other than myself, only then shall I remove it from my arm. Because only then will I have earned the right to rid myself of my burden. I could go on, but listen. Have you noticed? I've stopped the music. Is that significant? Why, yes! Yes, it is! You're thinking, I've seen what the other four can do, but their leader, with his fine music and his literary quotations and his double fusion cannon, What makes him so special? Here's the thing. They say I can talk people to death. Weaponized conversation, they say. I don't know, I say. Sounds a bit pretentious. Maybe so, they say. But you can modulate the timbre of your voice so that it falls into step with the pulse of the listener's spark. Well, I say, there is that. And then, by gradually lowering your voice, they say, you can coax the spark into giving up. That's what they say. What do you say?
I'm so sorry.
Stand back, everyone. V6ers have a tendency to go... Bored now. Who's next on the list?
Hamunen Martalenge.
That's all very well, Voss, but we've got to find him first. Helix, keep scanning for his energy signature. In the meantime, our next target can be found on Clemency, in the coal system.
Usne Kyakia.
What did he do? He lived, Voss. He lived.
I'm telling you, he's holding his heat. He's stabilizing.
What are the readouts telling you, Ambulon?
They're telling me Rung's going to make it.
You know, if I believed in them, which I don't, I'd say this classifies as a miracle.
This is all my fault. I told you about the voice, and they did this to you, just to scare me off. Oh, Rung. It's serious. I don't know if you can hear me, but... there's a monster in the basement. I saw him, all strung up and sedated, and I don't know who put him there or why, but he's there. Right now. Underneath the ship, there he is. Overlord. I think they're gonna kill me. Because I've found out their secret. And I can't say anything to anyone because I don't trust anyone. I only trust you. I want you to have this data slug. I filmed them, see? Overlord, it's all on here. Proof. I have to go. But when you wake up, please, find out what happened to me. Goodbye, Rung.
Cracked chest plate, split circuitry, cloudy optics.
What a waste of waste metal. Good chin, though. That's the kind of chin that silences a room. Look at his armature. He's K-class. We should salute him.
Hey, pinheads! No touchy-touchy. I haven't siphoned him yet.
He just went, You sure you're not imagining it? You think that's the best my imagination can come up with? Get off me! He's come back to life! It's a miracle! A miracle!
That's no miracle. That's some kind of freaky reanimated corpse.
He's a zombie! An affront to Primus! Kill him! Kill him! Smile for the bullet, weird miracle zombie. Now, just wait a second. The thing about me, my big thing is this. I'm really not keen on dying. Now, survival. Oh wow, Huge fan. Put me down for some of that. Besides, we don't even know each other. You might like me. You might find me disarming. Yes, I disarm you. You'd what me? Careful! He's using words to confuse and frighten us!
Easy, guys. He's not a miracle. Or a zombie. He's just alive. Apologies. We thought you were a corpse.
You found me on my back and you assumed I was dead?
No. We assumed you were dead. Because everybody else is.
Nice to meet you, loser. They call me Misfire. Long story. Actually, you know what? It isn't. It's a very short story involving a machine gun, a misunderstanding, and a dozen dead Decepticons.
I'm Fulcrum. Wait a second. Is that my fuel pump?
What, this? Yeah. Can I keep it?
Well, I kind of need it. You know, for pumping my fuel.
You know what, Pinhead? You're alright. Just for you, I'm gonna introduce the hell out of everyone. See that guy behind me with the scowl and the head wound? Don't be fooled. Crankcase is actually the most cheerful person you'll ever meet. The thing is, if he smiles, his precarious cranial architecture will collapse and he'll die. He's the only Decepticon who can be killed by a single punchline.
Really?
No, not really. You're just miserable, aren't you, Crankcase? Buh.
Did he just say...
I know. You've seen it written down, but never heard it said out loud, right? Spinister tried to shoot you, but then he tries to shoot everyone. To him, the world is a collection of vaguely hostile shapes. If he seems distracted by his own fingers, it's because, and I present this as an empirical truth, he is truly the stupidest person in the entire universe. The twitchy neo-primalist with a big feet is Flywheels. He suffers from a rare and possibly made-up type of psychosomatic hyperreflexia. He can't tell a lie without changing shape.
Not true!
And the guy with the clenched fists and the air of quiet desperation is Croc. He's a military strategist. So these days, he has a lot of time on his hands. But hey, unless you're Megatron in a new body, in which case, no disrespect, but I hope you kept the receipt, Croc is the highest ranking Decepticon in the vicinity. And that makes him our interim. Make do stand-in leader for the time being.
Well, that was... relentless.
Again, apologies. Misfire is usually slightly less wired. We're expropriation specialists, you see, and it's Misfire's job to extract energon from our fallen comrades. Trouble is, he can't resist sampling the goods. Not far from here is the semi-exsanguated body of a monstercon who, we now realize, overdosed on circuit speeders.
Go away. I'm busier than you've ever been, and I'm doing more important things than you've ever done.
It's Chrome Dome.
So?
So you have to be nice to me. I'm your only friend. Why are you...
Building weapons whilst hanging from the ceiling? Mainly because no one else can. I was hoping Perceptor would walk in.
What's this?
That is an evasive bullet. After the Fort Max business, Rodimus said he wanted something that, once fired, would actively seek to avoid hitting innocent bystanders. But I've hit a major snag. I can't decide on the color.
Your briefcase.
I won't tell you what's in it, so don't even bother asking.
Heard you opened it on Hydrus 4 and the sun went out.
Lies. Filthy, stinking lies. It was Hydrus 5. That's old news, anyway. I'm working on something new. My masterpiece.
Any clues?
No clues. Its success kinda depends on me catching the universe unawares. Anyway, why are you here? It must be something dodgy because you've not brought Rewind with you.
It's about the gun I brought you. The one I swiped from Skids.
Yeah. How'd you manage that? Isn't he like the deadliest theoretician in the universe or something?
I played a hunch and waited till he was distracted. He still hasn't noticed it's gone missing.
Here's your gun. It exploded in my face as soon as I opened it up. So thanks for that. Lucky for you, I caught a glimpse of the internal mechanisms. Chrome Dome, you're looking at a bona fide binary gun.
What's a binary gun?
I'm not sure. I've only just made up the name. But I called it a binary gun because inside there's only room for 2 cartridges. Here and here.
So what does it do? Where did Skids get it? Why'd he carry it around with him all the time?
I don't know. I've done my bit.
You made the gun blow up, and then you gave it a name. I could have done that, and I'd have come up with a better name.
Well, there was one other thing. Some of the engineering was familiar. It sounds impossible, but...
But what?
I think it came from the Institute. Expropriation specialists? You're scavengers, really, aren't you, Croc?
Whatever. The bottom line is, we need fuel and spare parts, or we'll never catch up with the others.
Others?
I got separated from my squad a few planets ago. I found a ship and started chasing their flight signature. And I picked up this motley crew on my travels.
Space is a big place, Croc. I'm surprised you can find enough junk to keep going.
If you knew your history, you'd know that this sector of space is one big Decepticon graveyard. There was a time when both sides were throwing everything they had at each other. 1,000 battles were being fought on multiple fronts in a relentless bid for full-spectrum dominance. The Big Two sealed themselves into hyper-cognizant shells, omniglobes, the better to absorb the relentless field reports and frontline updates. They wanted to know everything, all at once, all the time. The hero and the villain, millions of miles apart, neural processors stretched to capacity, both obsessed with the totality of information. Everything, all at once, all the time. From an individual trooper's energon levels to the wind direction on an Alpacian battlefield. People's lives were reduced to decimals and integers and intersecting lines. And when that happens, you end up with 1,000 worlds like this one, trampled underfoot and then forgotten about as the war surges forward. The only difference between us and the Autobots is that the Autobots went back to collect their dead. Still, don't suppose it matters now.
Really? How come?
Well, because the war's over.
No, wait, what? Our war? Our war's over? As in, properly over? But that's...
I know.
when? How?
We received a message, all of us, at the same time. The fighting stopped. Come home.
But there's always been a war. That's like saying there's no more blue, or the weather stopped. Did we win? We think.
We don't know, but we're guessing...
We're guessing probably the Autobots won. You know, just because.
If that's true, then I guess... Actually, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, don't get stressed about it. We could be wrong. We might totally have won. Even as we speak, Megatron could be standing on top of Nova Peak like he did on Declaration Day.
and telling everyone how after all these years we can finally, What was the plan after the war ended? The legendary Phase 7, repopulation. So we spent all that time killing each other, just so we can rebuild our race? How long have you been a Decepticon, Crankcase? It's a bit late to start questioning the grand plan. Spinister, what are you doing? The fire's giving me weird looks, Croc. I think I'm gonna shoot it. Well, a straggler. And I think he's trying to speak. That's probably Autobot for please don't kill me.
But the war's over.
Really? I hadn't heard. So many dead. I know. If we could collect even half a gallon's worth of innermost energon, we could power the WAP for months.
The weak anthropic principle is a weird name for a ship. And please, what is with the clicking?
The ship's communication suite keeps flatlining, and this keeps rebooting it. I'm trying to get a message to my—
Out of the way, losers! The hell? What's he doing?
You ever heard of the Necrobot, Fulcrum?
The mute neutral who roams the galaxy administering posthumous rites? Who can determine cause of death just by letting his shadow fall on the corpse? Who has devoted his life to recording the fate of every last Cybertronian?
Okay, so you have heard of him. I don't believe in the Necrobot. Sadly, Misfire does.
Well, I hope you've not got money on it, because it looks like Misfire's about to
lose. Whoever he thinks he saw, trust me, this always happens. 3, 2, 1.
I've lost him! Wait. What the flywheels is that?
Guys, I found a ship! A Decepticon ship!
You sure it's a Decepticon ship?
Pretty sure.
A symbol ship. A freaking symbol ship!
Technically a D-Class World Sweeper. A P6 model. Famous for— Damn. What was it?
Crashing?
Can I keep it, Croc? Can I?
This takes me back. Back to when it looked like we were going to win. A world sweeper above every planet in the Constellate, keeping watch. They say our Imperial phase ended when the last of the P6s flew home.
So are you guys just gonna stand there or what?
What the— I'm thinking magnets, but I'm hoping magic powers.
Try gravity generators. In a ship this big, it's always the right way up. So come on, guys. Let's split up and check this place out.
I always dreamed of captaining my own P6, following the likes of Shockwave and Six Shot and all the other big guns. I'd have called it something noble and majestic, like Mega Star Puncher or Mighty Spaceship.
Crankcase? I think Mighty Spaceship is the best name ever, but right now, I need you to shut up and look up. Do you read me, Croc? It's Misfire. Me and Crankcase are in some sort of passageway and— Look, I'm just gonna say it as I see it, okay? The ceiling is covered in brains.
Is that more or less unnerving than the collection of congealed protoforms we've just found?
Oh, I get it. You're trying to out-macabre me.
I'm looking at them now. Row after row of bodies. Half-forms. Cybertronians, I think. But they're not like us. It's like their torsos have just run out. Oh my, look at that.
What? What is it? Should I be running away? Am I wasting precious running away time by talking to you?
It's some sort of wooden robot. It's made of some kind of fibrous tissue that's been threaded with soft circuitry and these microfibrils look like they've been designed to carry electrolytes and emulsifiers. The thing is, I think it has processing capacity. I think it's alive. Or at least, it was. You getting any of this, Fulcrum?
Mark my barely audible words. This is the last time I ever team up with Spinister. He just attacked our torch because it was glowing at him funny. I'm a bit scared.
You're K-class. You don't do scared. Where are you, anyway?
I'm in a corridor with sticky walls. And when are sticky walls ever a good sign? I'm no expert in organics, but I think this is some kind of epidermis. I'm detecting traces of hemoglobin and petrolax.
Maybe that's why the ship crashed. The blood leaked into the fuel supply, polluting it.
You're saying this spaceship bled to death?
Stay put. We're on our way.
You know, there are some Decepticons who, upon finding themselves in a skin-covered room surrounded by aborted protoforms and mechanoids made of bark, would rub their hands together, marvel at the universe's infinite capacity for surprise, and dive right in. I am not one of those Decepticons. I say we run away screaming.
I am one of those Decepticons, Misfire, and I say we stick around, because frankly, this is amazing.
What's amazing?
This, us, now! Who owns this ship? Where are they now? Where will we be an hour from now? Or tomorrow? Or next month? The answer to all those questions is, who knows? And that's a great answer. The best answer ever. All our lives, we've followed orders. All our lives, someone else has always told us what to do next. Well, not anymore. For the first time in forever, we can do whatever we like. We're free.
Shh. Can anyone else hear that? I've been combining the upper frequencies since we broke in, just in case we triggered a silent alarm. And I swear I can hear music. Some kind of transmission. Anyone got a communicube? Here. Thanks, Flywheels. Now let's see if They do smaller ones, you know. Let's see if I can accept the transmission.
This is the DJD. We bring you good news and bad news. The bad news. One of your number has transgressed. He knows who he is. The good news. If you hand him over, we'll let the other 6 of you watch while we kill him. You have 15 minutes to work out where your loyalties lie.
Who the hell went and got themselves on the list?
I don't think I'm being melodramatic when I say that this is monumentally bad.
Wait, he said the other 6? That makes 7 overall, right? But there were only 6 of us. I don't get it. It's not you, Spinister. The DJD just miscounted the life signs.
Actually, I think we're the ones who miscounted. There's 6 of us. And 1 of him.